let's meet the starting lineup for Bushnell.
Well, good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to the Bulldog Sports Network and Bulldog Women's Basketball. I'm Wally Felt with the play-by-play. Our analyst is Mike Miller, and our webcast producer is Montana Western student Brett Wiebe of Malta, Montana. And tonight, the Bulldogs of Montana Western host the Bushnell Beacons. Dogs 1-0 on the young season, while Bushnell is playing in their first game. And Mr. Miller, how about our starting lineups?
All right, for Bushnell University Beacons out of the Cascade Conference, they're going to start at guard Aspen Slifka. She's a 5'11 senior out of Banks, Oregon. Number 3, Liv Joelle Keller is a 5'7 senior guard out of Linden, Washington. Allie Mirabli is a 5'8 senior guard out of Eugene, Oregon. Aiden Krupke is a 5'6 sophomore guard from Edwall, Washington. And Libby Mathias is a 6'4 junior center from Gresham, Oregon. And the Beacons are coached by Chad Meadors. For the Bulldogs, they're going to start number 5, Maddie Moy, a 5'9 freshman guard from Flathead High School out of Kalispell. Shani Mack is a 5'8 senior guard from Three Forks. Nellie Momberg is a 5'9 junior guard from Box Elder. Number 23, Isabella Lund, is a 5'6 sophomore from Tumwater, Washington. And number 24, Jordan Sweeney, is the 5'7 senior guard from Oakley, California. Head coach Britt Cooper notched her first win at the collegiate level with that win over the College of Idaho.
And the Beacons of Bushnell control the opening tip. And if you're looking at our screen, the Beacons dressed in blue and gold, and the Bulldogs in their white home uniforms with red lettering and numbers. And a foul is called right away.
I think that one. Yeah. I think the Bulldogs screwed up, and everybody left Mathis out on the wing all by herself.
Free throw is up and no good. And is this the young lady who holds the school record for shot put?
She does, and I of course, we don't do the metric system very well, although they do it at the Collegiate Athletics, but she throws it about 42 feet. She also competes in the discus, and this might be one of the strongest ball players we're going to see on the floor here in Dillon.
So Mathis makes 1 out of 2 free throws and gives the Beacons a 1-point lead. Shot is up by Momberg, no good, and ball controlled by Bushnell. Quickly down court, coming down for the layup is Krupke. She misses an defensive rebound by the Bulldogs. Here comes Jordan Sweeney, now to Momberg. 3-point shot is up and no good by Moy, but offensive rebound to the Bulldogs.
Look how wide open that center is. The Bulldogs don't have great height, so they're playing around the edge, driving to the basket.
And Momberg misses a layup. Offensive rebound tipped out to the Bulldogs. Now Shani Mack will put up a 3, still no good. And the Bulldogs have had 3 or 4 chances and have been unable to score. And Bushnell leads 1-0. And we are just underway in the first quarter of the Western Classic with Montana Western playing Bushnell. The Bushnell Beacons used to be Northwest Christian University.
And I think they were the Crusaders years ago.
Shot up and no good, and Bulldogs control, so cold shooting by both sides. Sweeney with the ball out front. Now she sees an opening, lays it up and in.
And there's a blocking foul. That's called on Krupke.
So Jordan Sweeney will go to the free throw line to complete a 3-point play. And how about this, Michael? The WBCA, Women's Basketball Coaches Association, have a program, so you want to be a coach, a very exclusive elite program. Jordan Sweeney applied for it and was accepted.
Absolutely. Oh, it's great for her. Oh, nice shot off the backboard by Marabi.
Boy, she did your favorite kind of three.
Yep, right off the backboard like she planned it.
But they're only giving her a 2.
Oh.
It wasn't a three-pointer, so ball game tied at 3. Moy puts up the shot, no good. Rebound almost controlled by Mack. Mack snuck up behind the Bushnell player, came away with it. Good defense by the Bulldogs. Turnaround jumper is up and no good by Bushnell. And Bulldogs on the attack. Nellie Momberg drives in. Now she comes back outside. Sweeney has it, top of the key. Sweeney turns around at the free throw line. Now off into the corner to Mack, who is open for the 3, and they can't hit it. Nobody can buy a basket. I think even if you're giving it away so far, they're not having much luck. 3-3 the score, 6:56 remaining, first quarter.
Yeah, the Beacons go inside, and Mathis with the great assist.
To Krupke. Krupke had the layup, and the Beacons on top, 5-3. Sweeney up with the 3, and hers is no good. But ball falls into the hands of Isabella Lund. And back to Sweeney. Sweeney goes in, little 10-footer is up and good. And the Bulldogs tie this one up at 5. 6:20 remaining, first quarter, all tied up at 5. Bushnell with the ball, driving the lane inside, tried to get it inside to Slivka.
Checking in for the Bulldogs, number 3.
You know, Mike, we've got a Joanne Slivka.
Joanne Slivka, yeah, is from Townsend, is in our Basketball Hall of Fame.
I wonder if there's a distant relative.
I don't know. I'll tell you what, after this ball game, Maddie Moy is going to be a little bit tired because she is blocking out the 6'4" center. Mack with the driving left-handed layup. The Bulldogs take their first lead, 7-5.
And they went around the big players in the middle. That size that's in there, Shani Mack found an opening, drove it, and scored. Little jumper is up and no good by the Beacons. Quickly down court is Kyla Momberg. Tried the alley-oop, didn't work. Out to Shani Mack, and she misses a 3. But
great pass. Momberg sees the court so well to Isabella Lund for the layup. It's a 9-5 lead for the Bulldogs.
Well, she just picked the ball right out of the Beacon player's hands.
And that was a no-look pass. I really enjoy it, watching when Momberg's got the ball.
Stolen away by Moy of the Bulldogs. Here comes Lund. Now she'll back off, set things up to Mack, out to Sweeney, and now over to Kyla Momberg, and it bounces out of bounds. Bulldogs have yet to hit a 3-point field goal. And we've got timeout.
Game 1 serves athletic, corporate club, or otherwise doing their part to make sure you have all the custom gear from embroidery and screen printing. Game 1 is your place for game gear, branded apparel, or spirit wear. Visit game1.com for more information.
You know, we've got a bunch of cheerleaders out there performing right now, and we've got a list. They have quite the team.
There are more cheerleaders out there than some high schools have women here in Montana.
There's more cheerleaders than the Bushnell basketball roster. Carson Bain of Bozeman, Chloe Barron of Ronan, Montana, Clay Blankenship of Dutton, Montana, Stephanie Bomber of Cutbank, Mia Britton of Helena, Calista Farney of Kalispell, Riley Hilmo of Drummond, and J.C. Dolan of Hawaii, and that's just half the group. We'll cover the other half at another break.
Okay, number 23, Kylie Campos is in for Bushnell. She's from a 5'10" freshman guard out of Springfield, Oregon.
9-5 Bulldogs lead with 4:30 left to play in the quarter.
And it looks like Peyton Hagee, a 5'5" junior guard out of Ephrata, Washington. She is on the court for the Bulldogs. We talked about her quite a bit last year. She might have been the shortest player in the conference. And she can shoot. She can play some good defense.
Free throw is up and good by Campos. We're going to have to talk to Isabella and find out about that steal record she had in high school.
13 steals in one ball game?
I think it was something like that, yeah.
That's a career for a lot of players.
Both free throws made by Campos trims the Bulldog lead to 2, 9-7, 4:30 remaining first quarter. Jordan Sweeney brings the ball down, sets things up for the Bulldogs.
Man-to-man defense here, and the Bulldogs keeping the lane wide open.
Isabella Lund tries a three. She misses it. 9-7 the score. Bulldogs lead by 2. 4:02 remaining first quarter.
Oh.
Peyton Hagee, good job there, tipping the ball out of the hands of Mathis.
Kiki Davis, number 4 in for the Bulldogs. She's a sophomore out of Missoula, Montana, Hellgate High School.
And was our producer for a football game.
Yeah. And she has the task of controlling Mathis out there. Good jumper there by Joelle Kerr. Linden, Washington.
And that ties the ball game up at 9. 3:40 remaining first quarter. Kyla Momberg tries to drive, now flips it out to Isabella Lund. Her three goes around the rim, falls out into the hands of Krupke.
Ball tipped away by Jordan Sweeney there on the fast break.
So the Beacons will put the ball in play underneath their own basket. I'm kind of leery about looking at the first quarter stats as far as shooting percentages go for the Bulldogs, or in particular three-point shooting percentage.
Good defense by the Bulldogs, switching it up. Down to 10 seconds on the shot clock now.
Good. Mathis turnaround over, and Davis, she couldn't go over Davis, and Davis tipped it out of bounds.
And they did not blow the whistle. The clock stopped. 3 seconds to go on the shot clock. You have just barely good turnaround jumper. It's off, but it is off Kiki Davis.
I wonder if Kiki was a high jumper or something in track.
Or a sprinter.
Or a sprinter. She's got some serious hops.
And high-low here to Mathis.
Mathis over the top of Davis and gives the Beacons back the lead. It's 11-9. 2:55 remaining first quarter.
Coach Cooper really would like to see the Bulldogs keep the ball away from Mathis.
Davis puts up the three, no good, and ball controlled by the Beacons. Beacons quickly down court, setting up their offense. Krupke comes now back to Mathis. Mathis goes up against, and she puts up the shot, no good. Offensive rebound by Campos. And she scores, and the Beacons have a 4-point lead. Bulldogs are ice cold from outside. They have not made a three-point basket, and they've taken a lot of them, a lot of attempts.
Down to 10 seconds on that shot clock. And she traveled.
So Sweeney called for the turnover. Shani Mack comes back into the Bulldog lineup, and Isabel Lund will take a break on the bench.
And that's Aspen Slifka in.
Four-point Beacon lead.
And we've got a jump ball, and it possession arrow to the Bulldogs.
Kiki Davis, we commented last year about her quickness. Sweeney brings the ball down, setting up the Western offense. Off to Davis, back to Sweeney. Sweeney inside.
Oh, nice pass
From
Momberg.
Momberg to Mack. And it's a 2-point Beacon lead, 13-11.
Momberg has had two great passes here that have led to Bulldog baskets. She's so smart on that fast break.
You wonder if the altitude will ever have an effect on Bushnell.
Yeah.
They come from sea level community, I believe.
Yeah, come Eugene. There's Jordan Sweeney just inside the three-point line.
Ties up the game at 13, under a minute left to play, 39 seconds. Beacon's probably going for the last shot.
Yep. Got too much time.
Oh, and stolen away by Shani Mack. She brings it down, 25 seconds on the clock, so a little bit of time the Bulldogs can run off.
Now the Bulldogs are going to go for the last shot if they can control the ball.
$12 seconds on the clock.
Hagee.
Hagee to Sweeney. Sweeney puts up the three, and it doesn't fall, but Kiki Davis
Gets the rebound and is fouled. She'll go to the line for two. Aspen Slifka with the foul. And again, as you said, Kiki Davis can get up there and rebound.
2 seconds, all the time remaining in quarter number one. Free throw is good. Bulldogs back out in front, 14-13. Second one just rolls out, and time is going to run out. Shot off the rim, and that ends quarter number one. Our score, Montana Western 14, Bushnell 13. We'll be back with more basketball after these messages.
Bulldogs couldn't hit the...
We're back at the Stroud Gymnasium for quarter number two, and we've got some stats thanks to our statistician Jesse and Mike. Real quick, not a lot of scoring going on.
No, the Bulldogs are 0 for 11 from the three-point line, and Bushnell 0 for 1, so we haven't had a three-pointer yet today. And the official will wait until the music turned off. It is Bushnell ball, and now the clock, or the light goes back to the Bulldogs. Oh, I think Hagee blocked that one.
Oh, and stolen away by Shani Mack. Lays it up and in. Left-handed. Mack's layup gives the Bulldogs a 3-point lead.
Maddie Moy has 3 rebounds here in that first quarter.
Mack had 4 points in the first quarter, so now she's got 7 to tie Jordan Sweeney for scoring honors for the Bulldogs so far. And second quarter just underway.
Oh, yeah, can't let her get that inside position. Mathis with the easy putback, 16-15 Bulldogs. I love watching her play. Oh, that one got blocked by Joelker.
Nice defensive play by the Beacons. The senior guard out of Linden, Washington. Bulldogs with a narrow 16-15 lead, just underway in the second quarter.
And a push by Mack. Looks like Slifka will go to the free throw line.
Beacons now lead by 1. Slifka can go for a true 3-point play and give the Beacons a 2-point lead.
Maddie Moy and Jordan Sweeney back in for the Bulldogs.
Free throw is up and no good. Tipped out and controlled by nobody. It rolls into the hands of a Beacon. 17-16 Beacons lead. 8:20 left in the first half. Low scoring game. Bulldogs ice cold from the field. Nellie Momberg will put the ball in play for the Bulldogs into Sweeney.
Yeah, the Bulldogs shot 32% from the field in the first quarter, 0 for 11 from the three-point line.
Sweeney up with the 3, no good. Bulldogs cannot hit. That's 0 for 12 from outside.
Uh-oh.
Shot is up and no good by the Beacons, and rebound controlled by Kiki Davis. Jordan Sweeney setting the offense for the Bulldogs into Momberg. Momberg's little 5-footer goes around around the rim, I should say. Layup missed by Campos. I think she was so open she didn't know what to do with herself.
She couldn't slam on the brakes.
Davis puts up the 3, no good, but Shani Mack had the rebound, lost it off her fingertips, and controlled by Joliker of the Beacons. Beacons holding on to a 17-16 lead with 6:48 remaining in the first half.
There's a 3-pointer.
Kiki Davis with the defensive board.
Nellie Momberg, she can pass the ball well.
Bulldogs looking for an opening in the Beacon defense.
Now they've got one. Great pass by Sweeney. And Kiki Davis blocked. Looked like probably
Mathis.
Checking in for Bushnell, number 14.
Isabella Lund coming in for the Bulldogs, and Krupke coming back for the Beacons.
Slight discrepancy in size. Kiki Davis 5'8", Libby Mathis 6'4".
Oh, good pass, but
Moy puts up the 3, no good. Rebound controlled by Shelby Mack. Shelby Mack, against some bigger players, wrestled that ball into her own hands.
I believe that's Shani Mack, and Shelby Mack is across the way.
Did I say Shelby?
You did it twice.
I've got to buy her dinner two more times.
I am so glad it's you this year and not me. Good shot, 3.
Well, her sister was a pretty good volleyball player. Shani's a very good basketball player. And who knows, maybe Shelby was a good basketball player too. Bulldogs on top by 2, 19-17.
Oh, great drive there by Aiden Krupke.
And this game is tied at 19. 5:40 remaining.
Oh, Jordan Sweeney now controls the ball. Oh, and there was a warning for flopping there. The official.
19-19, Beacons are running, trying to find some openings, and the ball goes right through the fingertips. I hate to talk about Bill Buckner, but his days with the Red Sox, how he lost the ball, it went right through his legs.
Yeah, but this one, I think Maddie Moy touched that ball and tapped it off either off the hands of or the leg of the Beacon player. And again, we're just staying, the Bulldogs staying totally out of the lane. There's nobody in there at all.
And the Bulldogs have yet to make a 3. I think that's 0 for 14. Oh.
Yeah, that's Slifka.
Slifka was slick on that one. She waited for the Bulldog defenders to go by, and then she just laid it up.
Yep. Reminded me of Stacy Shockley from back in the 80s and early 90s. She did that a lot. Isabella Lund with the rebound and the layup, and then a very, very late call there.
So the Bulldogs, believe it or not, are outsized, and we've got a timeout. We've got a media timeout. So Mike, why don't you sell a few ice cubes?
Whether you're planning for retirement, saving for college for children or grandchildren, or just trying to protect the financial future of those you care for the most, Dennis Scherg at Edward Jones can work with you to develop specific strategies to help you achieve your goals. So visit Dennis at Edward Jones' office located at 134 South Montana Street in Dillon.
Well, the gentlemen keeping this game under control, the crew, 2 from Billings, Hayden and Peters, and Craig Thompson, and one who made the trip from Utah, Logan Snedeker. I asked him if he was related to the Snedeker who plays on the PGA Tour.
Did he say?
And he said, no, we spell our names different. And I said, well, maybe you should just say you're related. Maybe you could get a dinner out of it from somebody. You never know.
In the commercial there for Dennis Scherg last night, Scherg was honored by the 406 Be the Change Coalition. Scherg has been a great supporter of all the programs here in Dillon to try to keep young kids away from alcohol and tobacco products. And he and his wife, she of course is on the committee for AWARE, and Dennis was honored last night. Very, very richly deserved.
Lund misses the free throw, and so we remain tied at 21. 4:28 remaining first half.
Ball tipped away, although it gets right back to Slifka.
Picked up by Shani Mack, and Shani Mack quickly down court. Over to Lund. Lund thinks about shooting. Now she goes inside. Little lopsy move, and she lays it up over the bigger opponent. Now there's a size difference. 5'6" Isabella Lund and 6'4" Libby Mathis. 23-21, Bulldogs back in front. Beacons on the attack. Mathis top of the key.
Short, yep.
I think Shani Mack got a piece of that one too.
And now is the time, 5-on-3, 5-on-2 actually. Sweeney off the backboard. The Bulldogs.
You think maybe being a little more successful with the 10 and 15 footers might open up the threes a little bit.
Sweeney with the great steal.
Or the layups. Jordan Sweeney.
And we have a timeout. The Bulldogs lead 27-21, and we have 3 minutes and 11 seconds to go here in the second period.
And as long as we ended that timeout with Jordan, we have to talk about, once again, she applied for the WBCA, which is Women's Basketball Coaches Association, So You Want to Be a Coach program, and she was accepted into the once-in-a-lifetime program that will give her the opportunity to learn from the best as a part of the WBCA's annual convention in Cleveland, Ohio, Wednesday, April 3rd through Friday, April 5th.
And Jordan already has a lot of experience working numerous basketball camps for young girls and coaching the Travel Cal Stars basketball program out of Walnut Creek, California. She is a dazzler.
27-21, 6-point Bulldog lead, missed by the Beacons. Defensive rebound by the Bulldogs. Jordan Sweeney inside, and her shot is checked away.
But it looked like Mack with the rebound.
Shani Mack again. She's been everywhere today.
Sweeney has that little fall away jumper. Oh, and a little slip there on. And the shot clock expired, but that did hit the rim.
27-21, Bulldogs lead by 6. 2:25 remaining.
Jolker, that one was, blocked by Lund, and it went off Jolker.
Isabella Lund with a nice block. Bulldogs control as the ball went off the kneecap of Beacons. Sweeney crosses the timeline, sets the offense. Mull has it. Kyla.
Oh, nice pass to Shani Mack.
That's three picture-perfect assists from Kyla Momberg.
Out of the Box Elder, Class C state champs in 2018 and 19, if I remember right. Oh, and that one's going to go off the leg.
And you know, her sister's Nellie is a good basketball player too.
Absolutely.
And I tried to pin him down. I said, who's better? And they both looked at me standing together and smiled. Yeah. So.
Not taking a chance on starting a fight in that family.
No.
Yeah. Oh. Sweeney to Lund. That reach around, great pass by Lund. And Shani Mack driving up that left-handed layup. She is blocked by Miral Albee. Blee. That's her second foul. The Bulldogs have pulled out to a 29-21 lead here with 1:21 to go here in the second period.
Mack with the free throw. Mack, we've said it before, you know, you mentioned earlier in my name, Snafu, her sister played volleyball here, but her Uncle Mark played basketball here and was a long-time coach. Yep. Mark is in the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Mark Durham. Oh, Lund almost caused a turnover there on the inbounds pass. Sneaky little girl.
9-point lead for the Bulldogs, 30-21. 1:10 remaining first half.
Mack with the
Shani Mack with the steal. She got a little shoulder help from Jordan Sweeney, and Jordan didn't even know she was helping.
You got to deny that pass to the big girl. Yeah, knocked away by the Beacons. Moy's pass was just a little bit late.
Lund called for the reach in. Peyton Hagee coming back into the lineup. And Lund will check out and get a little break. .40 seconds left to play in the first half with the Bulldogs leading by 9, 30-21.
Too much time, you can't go for the last shot here. Moy trying to keep Mathis out of the lane and away from good low post position.
And stolen away by Sweeney of the Bulldogs. I think
Momberg knocked her. I think you're right. 12 seconds. Could the Bulldogs hit a three-pointer to finish the half?
Well, they need one. They haven't made one yet.
Oh,
but
reverse layup.
Yeah. 32-21 is our halftime score. Bulldogs lead, and we'll be back with some halftime stats, and who knows what else we'll come up with, and we'll do it after these messages on the Bull.
Montana Western, our flexible schedule and focus on learning through experience are just right for your world today. Experience One, where you take one course at a time for 18 days and then move on to your next course, is designed to work for you, whether you plan to come to campus, want to stay close to home, or if you need to earn your degree while working or raising a family. And Montana Western is the most affordable university in Montana. Experience the difference, only at University of Montana Western.
Grads. And then
thing that I look forward to seeing is just the smile on everyone's faces the day it's done. And that doesn't matter, football, track, anybody on this campus, anybody in this town, the smile on people's faces is going to impact everyone. And it's going to bring new faces to the community, and a lot of people are going to have something to be proud of. And I'm really excited to see the smile on everyone's faces, including myself, my family, everyone that's been with me for my journey. I'm really excited for everyone to get to see this new built stadium that Bulldogs for generations are going to get to play on.
We're back at the Stroud Gymnasium, and I got to check Lindsay Branch's job description, the Western Sports Information Director, because she's got a broom in her hand.
You know, we just talked about Mark Durham. Mark used to do that. He had all of those athletes who were supposed to be working for him here in the PE complex, and yet almost every time you saw him, he was mopping the floor and sometimes cleaning up the locker rooms after the ball game.
Well, we've seen Michael Filing, the Western Athletic Director, do that. Well, Mike's got his shoes off right now. He's figuring out stats for first time. So let's look at what's happening in basketball across the Frontier Conference tonight. We've already had one game. Montana Tech won a nail biter. A three-point basket with a couple of seconds remaining to defeat Dickinson State. And MSU Northern opens their season tonight in Great Falls, playing Northwest University of Washington. Now, tomorrow night, it will be this Bushnell Beacon team taking on the Orediggers of Montana Tech. And the Bulldogs will turn around and face Dickinson State. Northwest University will play at Providence. Rocky Mountain College versus Arizona Christian down in Glendale, Arizona. And the Bulldogs, after this game today and tomorrow, they will be on the road until December 16th when they host Briarcrest College of Caronport, Saskatchewan.
And they were here last year, if I remember right.
We were trying to figure out how you abbreviated Saskatchewan.
Is it SK?
No, there is no. You're supposed to write out all the provinces, Canadian provinces.
Yeah, but I'm not ever going to do that.
SK, I think, is kind of the one you get away with.
Yeah.
So, anyway, you got some stats
I
figured out?
do have some stats. The score here at halftime is 32-21, Montana Western over the Bushnell Beacons. The Beacons were led in scoring by Libby Mathis. She was 2 out of 4 from the field for 5 points. And then they had a trio of players with 4 points, Aspen Slifka, Aiden Krupke, and Kylie Campos. They each had 4 points. 2 points then for Joel Kerr and Marabelli. The Bulldogs were led in scoring by Shani Mack. She was had 14 points. She was 6 out of 9 from the field. And then Jordan Sweeney had 11 points. She was 5 of 11 for the Bulldogs. Isabella Lund has 6 points, and other than that, the only other scorer was Kiki Davis, who hit that free throw. The Bulldogs are playing out beyond the arc, and they are 0 for 14 in the first half from the 3-point line. Bushnell is 0 for 13. Rebounds, Libby Mathis leads all rebounders with 7, and then Shani Mack has 5 for the Bulldogs. In the assists, Kyla Momberg has 5, and she has made some really amazing no-look passes. That's the kind of play that we can expect out of her. The Beacons have 9 turnovers. The Bulldogs have only 2, so the Bulldogs, even though they have been trying to get up and down the court, have been able to control the ball and not turning it over. Offensive rebounds, 6 for the Bushnell Beacons, 9 for the Bulldogs, and Bushnell has 18 rebounds. The Bulldogs have just Bushnell has 24 rebounds, and the Bulldogs have 23. So again, with 8 minutes and 35 seconds to go here in the halftime, the Bulldogs lead 32-21. So Wally, what have you got there?
Well, I think what we're going to do is we're just going to go silent for about 5 minutes and just have a nice little break. And then we'll be back with the second half of the Western Classic, and we'll do it after this 5-minute time.
Nobody's in foul trouble.
We're back at Stroud Gymnasium. A little longer than a 5-minute break, more than a 6-minute break. But one of the Bulldog basketball players came over and let us know that we're going to see a good basketball game tomorrow when the Bulldogs take the floor for the first time in the Stroud Gymnasium. And Mike, you were pondering some of the stats again during the break.
Yeah, there are just 5 fouls called on Bushnell and 4 on the Bulldogs, so nobody's in foul trouble going here into the second half. And I thought that Bushnell had a lot more block shots than the official stats. They came up with just 3, one by Libby Mathis, one by Allie. Oh my God, I'm so sorry about the Moralby, Blee, and then one by Jolker. And then the Bulldogs have just 2, one of them by Kiki Davis and the other one by Isabella Lund. So if we talk about Lund being only 5'6", I don't know who she was blocking, probably me.
Well, it's so if you're underneath the basket and you're attempting to go up for a shot and somebody puts their hands up and you put the ball right into their body, is that a block shot?
You can consider that a block shot.
Okay. And we learned that 5 timeouts per game, right?
Yes, and we talked with Jeff Graham a little bit. Some of those are they can be the 30 second, they can be the regular length, and then sometimes they are morphed into the media timeout.
And he said it was a little different. They played an exhibition game at Washington State, I think they were at. I know the Bulldogs were there. The Ore Diggers might have been there too. And he said it was a little different.
And of course, we always bring up the idea about men going to the 4 quarters the way the women have.
And he was in total agreement. He said, I don't know why they haven't done it yet.
Bulldogs get the ball to start the second half.
Shaney Mack puts the ball in play to Sweeney. Nice pass from Sweeney to Maul.
Good defense on the backside. Slifka kept that from turning it into a layup.
Nellie Momberg pass to Lund. Lund inside to Sweeney. Shot clock down to 5 seconds. Maul traveled.
Yeah, she traveled.
You're wondering why she didn't shoot. She had the opening, but then again, she's a freshman. I said Maul, didn't I?
I think you're thinking about Richard Maul, who just passed away, the giant.
From
Night Court.
Yes.
My God, we are old.
Maddie Moy, though, is fun to watch. She's only a freshman. Can you imagine how she's going to be when she's a senior?
Yeah, gains she gets caught.
And
but
she got a block shot.
Yeah.
Moy with the block shot for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs with the possession and an 11-point lead, 32-21.
Great pass again. Nellie Momberg over to Maddie Moy for the layup, 34-21.
I tell you, the Momberg sisters are putting on a clinic, 4 assists.
Mathis with the step through.
And it's 34-23, back to an 11-point lead for the Bulldogs. Tie up.
And it's Bushnell's ball, I believe.
So Jolker with nice bit of defense there. So a basket here, and the Beacons can trim a double-digit lead down to single digits. Bulldogs lead 34-23. Three-point shot
long
taken.
three-pointer.
And it hit the top of the rim.
Yeah. I think it hit that brace by the shot clock.
Beacon's putting a little bit of pressure on the Bulldogs as they get the ball in, but Jordan Sweeney has no problem.
Nope, they're not going to get a call, a foul there early, and that foul, I believe, is on Jolker.
And as I remember in the first half, most of the fouls that were called were in the first quarter. Not that many in the second quarter. Shaney Mack with the ball.
Great pass.
Oh, and
Moy just almost had that reverse layup.
Might have been just a little too underneath the basket for that one.
Uh-oh, look out. When you give her the low post, I think the Bulldogs would like to try to front her when she gets to the low post. Isabella Lund, another great pass from Nellie Momberg.
And draws the foul. So the Beacons quickly with 2 team fouls.
Yeah, and that suddenly is 3. So Allie Mirabili will have to sit down. I was thinking that was Marabelli, but
Mack, top of the key, over to Nellie Momberg. Momberg out to Sweeney. Sweeney will try the 3, and he hit the 3. And the Bulldogs finally hit from outside. 37-23, 14-point Bulldog lead just underway in the third quarter.
But that makes him 1 out of 15 from the 3-point line. That's not a stat they're going to be happy with tonight after the ball game.
So would you do that with a coach? Would you, everybody shoots 900 threes before they go?
No, you know that your players can shoot the 3. That's why you go ahead and you run your offense. You know they can make them. It's in their head. It's in their head. They started to miss. Jordan may very well have turned on the faucet. Everybody else is going to say, hey, we know we can shoot. We can do this.
Foul on Shaney Mack.
And I think that's her second one. And the miss there by Slivka. 37-23 for the Bulldogs. Easy, got quiet there.
Makes the second one. 37-25, I think it should be, or is it going to be 24?
24 because she missed the first one. Oh, great pass. Mack to Kiki Davis. The Bulldogs saw that double team on Sweeney.
Well, and I think Davis shot before, was thinking about shooting before she even had possession of the ball.
See, again, now Moy's in front. You can take away Mathis at the low post.
Isabella Lund with the rebound for the Bulldogs, quickly down across the timeline, setting things up. Davis goes, and has the ball tipped out of bounds by Mathis.
Yeah.
I think Kiki was going to pass to somebody.
Yeah, I think Campos blocked that pass and it went off of Mathis.
6:26 remaining. Shot by Sweeney, no good, but offensive rebound and putback by Kiki Davis, and it's a 39-24 Bulldog lead.
And Bushnell has Sam Kionis in there, number 20.
Mathis has trouble controlling it.
And now we've got another foul.
On Moy, I think.
Nope. Shaney Mack, that's her third.
Checking in for the Bulldogs, number 3, Kyla Momberg.
And Shaney Mack will sit down. When would you put her back in?
Oh, she's fine. We're only in the third quarter.
Mathis misses the first free throw. Mathis, as we mentioned earlier, holds the Bushnell school record for the shot put. So she's a dual sport athlete.
Fine athlete.
Made 1 out of 2. Bulldogs lead 14, 39-25 the score.
Oh, that one, Moyes And it's the Bulldogs' ball. Moy threw that ball a little bit before Lund was ready. Oh, very good move off the back of Mathis.
And Kiki Davis. Kyla Momberg.
Yep, Mathis turned her back to the ball, and Momberg just tapped it off her back, stepped in bounds, and kicked the ball out to Kiki Davis for the shot. And we've got a block foul.
On, is it Lund?
I think it'll be on Lund.
Blocking foul number 23, Isabel Lund, will be her third.
And that's her third for the goal.
So 2 Bulldogs with 3 fouls, Isabella Lund
Shoot 2 will be
and Shani Mack.
Bulldogs have a lot of guards, though. A lot of players that can play in that spot.
And Peyton Hagee is one of those, and she's checking in right now.
Yep.
No,
Got to let her shoot this one. Aspen Slifka.
made the first one. And
And
second
now they'll let her in. Yeah.
5:24 remaining in our third quarter, and the Bulldogs leading 42-27 over the Bushnell Beacons. Bushnell plays regularly in the Cascade Conference. As Mike said earlier, they used to be known as Northwest
Oh, good,
Christian.
good defense there. And that ball goes to Bushnell.
Ball belongs to the Beacons.
So who recovered the fumble?
All right, the Bulldogs full court pressure.
Now they back off.
Yeah.
Have some wetness on the floor. And
Michael Filan will go out there as soon as the players vacate.
Oh, nice move to the basket.
Yes, that one was by
Krupke.
Krupke.
Wow, beauty.
So few of us left that can do that.
No comment.
Oh,
Good defense by the Beacons. Long three is no good by Hagee. Defensive board by Krupke, and she brings it all the way down. Now she'll set the offense up. And
oh, he's going to have a block, and that one went in. So that's Slifka.
and what was a 14-point lead has been trimmed to an 11-point lead.
And that foul's on Kiki Davis.
And we're going to take a timeout. Our score is Montana Western 42 and Bushnell University 31. We'll be back with more basketball on the Bulldog Sports Network.
At their course, Meridian, an information technology consulting and services company.
Everyone has different checking styles and financial goals. At the Bank of Commerce, they offer 5 personal checking accounts, each with features and options specific to your needs. Do you own a business? You don't need to maintain a large balance just because you have a business. At the Bank of Commerce, all accounts are treated as the same. The Bank of Commerce is a proud sponsor of Bulldog Athletics. It is. It is.
Are you? Our fancy press box by Joanne Slifka, a member of the Bulldog Basketball Hall of Fame, whose niece is the Slifka on the Bushnell team.
Yeah, that is great. I was here when Joanne played a little basketball, and here also for the induction into the Athletic Hall of Fame, one of the great basketball players Western's ever had. So it's great to see you.
Yes, yes.
I had to just come down and say hi.
Oh, thank you very much. We were wondering before we went on the air if it was, and it was.
Yeah.
They must have been watching us.
Yeah, Joanne used to teach in Tauston, which is out by Townsend. Longtime educator. So good to see her.
Yes, yes. 10-point Bulldog lead. While we were chatting, the Beacons made a free throw. I think it was her niece that made that free throw and cut the Bulldog lead down to 10.
Yeah, and again, Mathis has to be denied the ball when she gets into the low post. She's so powerful, and she moves pretty smoothly. And when she gets that low post, it's tough.
Nellie Momberg's three is no good. And another foul is called on the Bulldogs. And I think we jinxed everybody. We said the first half was low fouling, and all of a sudden there's fouls all over the place. Although, was that a foul?
Nope, they just said she was out of bounds.
So 8-point Bulldog lead. It has been as many as 14. The Beacons on a bit of a run.
And we do have a foul there on that shot. And I believe that is Kiki Davis. Kiki out of Hellgate High School in Missoula.
And so Slivka can take a few more points off the Bulldog lead. And she does, has her aunt's free throw shooting ability. Nothing but net on that one. Missed the second one, and a battle for the rebound. Who's got it? Finally picked up by Jordan Sweeney. 7-point Bulldog lead, 42-35. And Kyla Momberg tried to get it to her sister.
And it just got away.
Just got away and rolled out of bounds. So the Bulldogs, their own worst enemy right now with turnovers and fouls. And I guess if you commit a turnover, it's a foul. I mean, a foul, it's a turnover. Kiki Davis.
See, now that's a foul.
And
it's, yeah.
Slivka says, yep, it was.
Yep.
She didn't argue.
Anytime you wrap that arm across somebody's face or the shoulder from behind, they're going to call you for the foul. Both girls just going at the loose ball. Yeah. This 1-1-3 defense. You try to double team the ball and then step in front of the next possible receiver.
Sweeney's runner, no good. These two teams played against each other last year. In fact, the Bulldogs have played Bushnell 3 times in a series that began in 2012, and the Bulldogs victorious in all 3, including a 77-52 win over Bushnell in Eugene last year. And Jordan Sweeney led the Bulldogs with 22 points.
Oh, a great shot there by Joker.
And it's all of a sudden, it's a 4-point game. 42-38 Western.
Half-step jumper from Hagee.
She misses the 3. Rebound controlled by the Beacons. And the Beacons on a run. They've cut a 14-point lead down to just 4.
And Mac getting closer and closer to coming back. She'll be out there to start the 4th quarter, I believe.
I would say old momentum has all of a sudden put a blue and gold jersey.
Oh, that's a block.
Oh, they're going to call the foul on Kiki Davis.
Yeah. People say, well, she was moving, but that's not the call. She has to be in proper defensive position.
And that's 3 fouls on Davis.
Yep. So the Bulldogs now suddenly are in foul trouble with Davis Mack and Isabella Lund all with 3.
Quignon checks in to the Bushnell lineup. Jolker misses the first. She'll get the bonus. Bulldogs in 5 or 6 fouls now, so every time a foul's committed, Bushnell's going to go to the line to shoot 2. It's a 3-point Bulldog lead.
Oh,
good defense there by.
And why didn't they call that a kick? Because the pass went off the foot. The girl didn't lift her foot up to block the pass, so she technically did not kick it.
So the Beacons can tie it here with a 3 or get to within 1 with a 2-pointer. Shot is up, and that's
nice
just what
shot.
they do. It's 42-41. Western has gone ice cold once again.
Great pass, and she threw up kind of a tough shot there. Slivka with the rebound.
And here come the Beacons. They can go into the 4th quarter with the lead.
Yeah, they've been outshot. The Bulldogs have been outshot 20-10, outscored. It's awful close. They could take this right down almost to the end.
3 seconds, and shot is up at the buzzer, and that's it for 3 quarters of basketball. Our score is Montana Western 42, Bushnell University 41. We'll be back with the 3rd quarter after these notes on the Bulldogs. We're back at the Stroud Gymnasium, and Mike in the huddle, what do you tell your players? What do you say, settle down?
Well, the first thing he did is tell Shani Mack to check in, and so I think that will settle things down. Bushnell got away with about a minute and a half of play without Mathis, so she is fresh and a little bit prepared to go. The Bulldogs get the ball to start with, and they are still shooting just a miserable 10% from the 3-point line.
Mack puts up the 3, no good. Ball goes out of bounds. Pushed out of bounds, it looked like, but the official's not doing anything. And maybe it was my imagination. So Bushnell now can take the lead with a basket here. 42-41.
Neither team really lighten up the scoreboard. Bushnell shooting at about 39%, the Bulldogs at 36%.
Bulldogs have played 1 game that counted.
Oh, good move by Mathis. She gets the rebound.
And gives the Beacons a 1-point lead, 43-42. So what was a 14-point Bulldog lead is gone.
And just crawl it over. That's Nellie Momberg.
And you would think that part of Coach Cooper's strategy would maybe try and get the ball inside a little bit, maybe draw Mathis into foul trouble.
Okay, good backdoor cut, but the ball got away from Bushnell.
Momberg up with the three and hits it. Nellie Momberg with the three. And the Bulldogs back out in front.
5 straight points for the junior from Box Elder. Little fashion on those shoes.
They're bright.
Holy, I can see her coming from a long way. Mack knocking the ball away. Oh. They're giving up the baseline, and Bushnell makes him pay.
Kyla Mack with the foul.
Checking in for Bushnell, number 2, Aspen Slifka. And checking in for the Bulldogs, number 2, Isabel.
Lund back in for the Bulldogs.
Playing with 3 fouls. Mack playing with 3 fouls. And the free throw is missed. Krupke, she's missed a few free throws.
Not that one.
Makes that one go, so it's 1 out of 2. And 3-point Bulldog lead, 47-44.
Yeah,
Shaney-
this is kind of a good, this is a matchup defense. Moy turns around, misses.
So here come the Beacons on the run.
Good cross
Slifka puts
through.
up the shot, no good. Has the ball tipped out of the rebound of Moy's hands, but the Bulldogs get it right back. And it's kind of like, did a brawl break out in a basketball game?
Moy with the lefty.
A little kind of helter-skelter for a bit there, but the Bulldogs settle down for the basket and increase their lead to 5, 49-44. 7:05 remaining.
Good step through.
Slifka, nice move. Wonder if her aunt worked with her at all.
Well, Banks, Oregon's a long way from Townsend. Oh, she stepped out of bounds.
So turnover gives the ball right back to the Beacons, who trail by 3, 49-46. 6:35 remaining.
The Bulldogs have started to turn it over a little bit. They did so well, only 2 turnovers in the first half. Oh.
Shot up and no good. Rebound.
Good block out.
I was going to say, you were talking about blocking out. Moy did. But a turnover as a steal happens the other way.
Oh, and she
misses
missed.
the layup.
But Bushnell gets the rebound back.
Jolker had the steal and the layup missed it. I think she got a little bit overexcited. But like you said, no harm, no foul as they came up with the offensive board. 5:50 remaining. Shot up and no good, and Shaney Mack with the defensive rebound for Montana Western.
Yeah, don't pass it to her in there if she's not going to do anything. Oh, that's a rebound. Excellent job, Maddie Moy.
You know, if you're a sports photographer,
That would be a nice
that's
one.
the picture you want to take of a rebound shot.
5:19 to go here in the fourth quarter. The Bulldogs lead 51-46. When looking for Bulldog gear, there's only one stop for you to make on campus, and that's the Montana Western Bookstore. You'll find a great selection of Bulldog sweatshirts, t-shirts, shirts and jackets in adult, young adult, toddler, and infant sizes. Keep your head in Bulldog style with caps, hats, and winter beanies. Decorate the game room with Bulldog pennants, flags, and a national championship banner. Everything Dogs is in one convenient location on the Montana Western campus. Stop by the bookstore on the south end of the campus in the Student Union building. open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m.
It's hard not to say Western Montana College.
It is.
Especially when you see someone, Joanne Slifka comes back. She played basketball when it was Montana or Western Montana College. We went to school here when it was Western Montana College.
And, of course, we talked to Jeff Graham. Jeff's dad played football here. I guess it was right after we left. And, of course, it was still Western Montana College.
I think he was a freshman when I was a senior.
Maybe that.
Yeah.
Went on for a great teaching, coaching career up in Chester, Montana.
51-46 the score. Bulldogs lead. Beacons put up a shot. Defensive rebound by Nellie Momberg.
5-point lead. Yeah, knocked away. A good defense there by Kylie Campos. And we're going to have a timeout here on the court. 5 minutes exactly to go here in the fourth quarter. The Bulldogs lead 51-46. So what does a scholarship mean to Montana Western students? It means getting an education without being burdened with debt. It means being thankful for the generosity of others in order to follow your dreams. It means paying it forward one day when you have the capacity to make a difference. Thank you for supporting scholarships, programs, and students at Montana Western. If you'd like to learn more about supporting Montana Western, contact the UMW Foundation at 406-683-7305.
Are you ready for a history lesson?
I am.
Okay. Bushnell was founded in 1895 in Eugene, Oregon as the Eugene Divinity School. In 1905, the name changed to the Eugene Bible University. But this is interesting. In 1930, it was renamed the Eugene Bible College. In 1934, it merged with Spokane University and renamed as Northwestern Christian College. In 2008, Northwestern Christian University, and in 2020, formally changed its name to Bushnell University. There will be a test on Friday.
And someplace in there, I believe their athletic team name was the Crusaders.
I think you're right.
We're down to 8 seconds on the shot clock. Good defense by Bushnell, forcing Isabella Lund
to shoot and hit.
54-46.
So Lund with the three, and the Bulldogs back to an 8-point lead. Remember, they led by as many as 14.
Ooh, Clucky with that three-pointer.
She erases Lund's three-point with one of her own, and it's 54-49. Mack thinks about a three, now comes back outside to Sweeney. Sweeney into Moy. Moy out to Sweeney. Sweeney's three, no good. It's 54-49, 3:57 remaining in our game.
You know, Bushnell's only had 7 players on the court. Mathis with the crossover.
And just like you said, she took advantage of her height.
Yep.
And moved right around Moy. Moy looks a little tired out there.
Yes, she does. Her hands have dropped down. Lund for just two. No, that was, Sweeney.
56-51, 5-point Bulldog lead, 3:18 remaining in the game. Mathis again. Here come the Beacons. Nice move to the basket. Very nice by Mirabli. Very, very nice, and it's back to a 3-point Bulldog lead. Mack with the three. No good. Defensive board by Slifka. And here come the Beacons.
2:45 to go here in the fourth quarter. And stolen by Sweeney. You got to step towards the ball A steal by Isabella Lund. And Bushnell will escape there. Yeah, that
Sweeney's the kind of player that, you know, she's not doing something like she wants to do it. She does 3 or 4 other things really well. 58-53, Bulldogs lead with 2:10 left to play. Stolen away by Lund again. So 58-53, under 2 minutes left to play.
And a 5-point lead. You got plenty of time. Take a good shot. That was a good shot. And it just didn't go in. Got to use that backboard. Campos brings the ball down for the Beacons.
1:31 left to play.
The Bulldogs need a stop because Coach is about to call a timeout. Under 10 seconds on the shot clock.
Shot is up and no good. Rebound controlled by Moy. And there was that stop you were talking about.
Yep. And it forces Krupke to foul. Going to try to save some time and also the timeout.
1:10, all the time left.
Oh, he didn't call timeout. Kiki Davis and Shani Mack coming in.
No, they just switched places to throw the ball in.
And a little pressure, and Jordan Sweeney.
I think she zigged and kept zigging.
And she traveled. No argument from her either.
1:08 left to play. Bulldogs lead by 5. And Bushnell with the ball.
Yeah, going to look to go high-low into Mathis, fouled. And that's 4 fouls on Isabella. Uh-oh.
Shot is up by Slifka, misses it.
Malmberg with the rebound. And we've got a foul. A foul is going to be on Jolker.
Bushnell playing some pressure defense, trying to force a turnover.
And that's the second one on.
It's been a clean game as far as fouls go for Bushnell. They just really haven't committed a lot of fouls.
Yeah, you don't need to shoot now. Just keep the ball out there. Play a little catch. Let's skip pass.
16 seconds on the shot clock. 10 seconds. Sweeney open in the corner, no good.
And the ball's going to go out of bounds. Bushnell with the rebound.
No, they're going to call a foul on Davis.
Kiki Davis, that's number 4.
Number 4 on number 4. And now they call a timeout.
They let a lot of time run off on that clock. At Barrett Hospital and Healthcare, your best health is their priority. They personalize care based on your specific needs, interests, and lifestyle. Discover the difference Barrett makes. Barrett, a place where people come first for 100 years and counting. So the defense for Bushnell has kept the Bulldogs a little bit off guard. As the Bulldogs would bring the ball down, the point would play man-to-man and then slough off as the Bulldog went to the left or the right, and the second defender right behind her would take over. And then you're looking at a trap situation, trying to tie up the ball handler, and then the other 3 defenders were trying to jump in between the ball and the nearest receiver. It's kind of an offense or defense that I ran for a few years when I finally got a head coaching job. After all those years of being an assistant, I was suddenly a head coach. And I told the principal, I said, no, you can't make me the head coach. I'm a junior high coach. And he said, not anymore. And then he promised me.
Yeah, but track was your sport for coaching. That's what you like to do.
Yeah, and he always promised me, I'll find a better coach. I'll find a better coach. And finally, after 3 years, I just had to resign. Bushnell bringing the ball in, but it's got away from him a little bit. They don't have much time. They've got to score twice.
And Shani Mack comes up with the big-time steal for the Bulldogs. Sweeney to Lund. She'll get it across the timeline to Davis. Instead of taking the shot, she passes out. Good job. And a foul is called on the Beacons. Mirabli with the foul. Not a shooting foul yet. Kyla Momberg will put the ball in play, and she does to Mack. 10 seconds.
Now and so he can take his pick on who that foul was.
Well, Jordan Sweeney says, "Why didn't you blow the whistle?"
Yeah, and
I'm being fouled in both directions.
Okay, Campos comes back in as Allie fouls out.
And Momberg will put the ball in play.
3 seconds.
This game is over. Bulldogs win their second game of the year over Bushnell by a score of 58-53. And in 4 games with the Beacons, it's Bulldogs win 4.
4 in a row.
Out of 4. Yeah. So we're going to take a timeout and come back with some stats. So we're back at the Stroud Gymnasium, and so both Frontier Conference teams win in the first 2 games of the Western Classic. Montana Tech wins in a nail-biter, wins by 1, and the Bulldogs of Montana Western win 58-53. They'll exchange opponents tomorrow, and tomorrow we'll also have the men's action of the Western Classic. We have, first of all, at 2 o'clock, it's Montana Tech versus Dickinson State. Montana Western plays Eastern Oregon at 4 o'clock in men's action. And then on Saturday, those 2 teams will switch opponents. It's Montana Tech versus Eastern Oregon at 11, and Montana Western versus Dickinson State at 4:30. So you got your share of some good Frontier Conference basketball. Montana Tech men were picked to win the Frontier Conference. So it's going to be another good year. Great basketball always played in the Frontier Conference. And Mike, I see you putting your shoes back on and your socks, so I'm guessing that you have everything figured out for stats.
I think I'm ready.
Okay, I'm going to turn it over to you for game stats.
Final score here today, Montana Western 58, Bushnell 53. Bushnell out of Eugene, Oregon. They were led in scoring by Libby Mathis, the 6'4 junior post player. She had 14 points. She was 6 out of 10 from the field, and 2 out of 4 from the free throw line. Aspen Slivka had 13 points. She was 4 out of 12 from the field, 5 out of 8 from the free throw line, and she led all rebounders with 10. Mathis had 9 for the Beacons as well. The Beacons had 12 fouls and 15 turnovers, and that hurt them a little bit. For the Bulldogs, they were led by Jordan Sweeney, who had 18 points. She was 8 out of 19 from the field and 1 for 1 from the free throw line. Shani Mack had 14 points. She was 6 of 11 from the field and 2 of 3 from the three-point line. The other scorers for the Bulldogs, Isabella Lund had 9 points, 4 out of 6 from the field, including a three-pointer. 6 points for Maddie Moy, and Kiki Davis had 6 as well. The Bulldogs had 12 steals, while Bushnell had only 3, and the Bulldogs had 11 turnovers, but they had 9 of them in the second half, and that's probably not what they had expected. The top rebounders for the Bulldogs were Moy and Mack. They both had 7. And Kyla Monberg had 5. Monberg really dazzled us with 6 assists. Just had a great group of passes that she did without looking. And Libby Mathis from the high post had 4 assists as well. Neither team shot well from the field. The Bulldogs shot 39%, just about the same as Bushnell. Bushnell shot 29% from the three-point line. The Bulldogs shot just 15%. That is, that's ugly when it's 4 out of 26. And so the Bulldogs again, they win 58-53. And as Wally said, we'll be back here tomorrow for a ball game for the men at 4 o'clock.
So on behalf of myself, our producer Rhett Wiebe from Malta, Montana, and our analyst tonight, Mike Miller, we'll see you tomorrow.